At the end of P-Valley Season 2, Episode number 1, we saw Mississippi coming in to calm the baby down so that she could go back to sleep. And as she stood over the baby's bed, she decided to tell her a bedtime story. Now, I've never heard a bedtime story like this at all, but this is one that's very unique to her. So she began to tell the baby about how she wanted hair like hers. And we all know that Mississippi's baby is of a mixed race, black and white, which gave her baby's hair a certain texture. And unfortunately, in our communities, there was a time when everybody didn't want the hair that they had because the elder people would make us think that our hair wasn't good enough and that what naturally grew out of our head was bad and not up to par. So I'm sure that this is exactly what prompted this little bedtime story. But as a kid, how can you be proud of your hair if all the adults praise the curly hair and put your hair down? So the only thing that the little girls with bad hair could do is to wish they had the curly hair so that they'd be more accepted and feel good about their hair. She went on to tell her baby that her sister went to the store and bought bundles of hair and braided the hair into hers. And she said that when the hair was on her head, that it was very long, very soft, and it dropped to the floor. Why is she telling this little baby that could barely understand anything? I don't know. But anyway, most bedtime stories start with once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a castle, something like that. But instead, Mississippi is telling her about bundles. This is what came to her mind, so she rolled with it. This gives us insight on her character and a little bit of her backstory. Mississippi had more than a few scenes in this episode, and they did a really good job with sprinkling in this character trait so that we can understand who she is a little bit better. And I'm highlighting this scene because this may be the core reason why she tolerates Derek's abuse and why she's having his babies. She may not have pride in who she is and her physical appearance, and this may also give us a little insight as to why she became a stripper. Because stripping, it comes with a certain adoration, right? You tend to garner a certain level of attention when you're up there with your clothes off. So this is probably what she's seeking because it's filling that void of not having the good hair and maybe not being accepted because of it, hence why she's wearing bundles as a kid. And these are just my thoughts on this character. Tell me what you think about Mississippi below. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And if you're a P-Valley fan, go ahead and sub to the channel because I'll be breaking down videos like this all the time. Thank you so much for joining me today on this episode of Ruthless TV, and I'll see you on the next one.